Welcome to America, where the left are militant, violent thugs hell bent on destroying this country. And at the same time, the left are weak little snowflakes who are easily offended, where Trump has the border 99% secure. But also, we need to suspend habeas corpus because of this invasion at the border, where transgender people are too strong for sports but too weak for the military, where asylum seekers and immigrants with work visas are welcomed with open arms as long as they have a lack of melanin, where it's the government can't tell a business what to do and dictate the free market in a capitalist society. People just need to work harder. But also, thank God the government is telling a business what to do and dictating the free market because people need relief. Where it's all you have to do is connect the dots of this indisputable, convoluted money laundering trail of the Biden crime family selling the country out to the highest bidder. But also, this $400 million jet from a foreign country is going to save taxpayer money. Art of the deal. Checkmate, libs. Where people who wear MAGA gear head to toe complain about identity politics. Where people who call themselves patriots hate those who are oppressed and love those who are doing the oppressing. Where they are somehow able to lick the boot that is on their neck. And I'm proud to be an American.
Like, I knew it, bro. I knew it, bro. I've been saying this forever, but I just needed a little clarification.
What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Subscriber died trying. You see the thumbnail. More importantly, you saw the clip. America's a double-minded, hypocritical nation. That's how you're raised in school. That's how you're raised in church. You know, that's how you're raised in this country. And the problem with that is people actually think they're sane when they're double-minded. You get what I'm saying? So basically, you know, right and wrong changes when you feel like it changes. You get what I'm saying? Good and bad changes when you think it changes. Um, how can I say this? Success and failure changes when you feel like it. So going with what the man was talking about, right? We're a country that tells you, yo, pull yourself up by your bootstraps. But it's also a country that tell you if I steal from you and you pull yourself up by your bootstraps, hey, I won. You get what I'm saying? We're a country that tells you, it's okay to be violent, but then violence is not the answer. It's like, wait a minute now. Okay, when you doing it, you can bring all the violence in the world, but when it's responded, all of a sudden it's a problem. Like, what we doing here? You get what I'm saying? So we have issues. We have people who, on a regular basis, they'll take a stance. Like, this issue shows up in America all the time. News, you see it in the news, social media. This situation happens, then you see people take a stance on either side. They take a stance for this, they take a stance against that. Same situation, they see it completely differently, and then what winds up happening, and it's just how life works. The same scenario happens again, and you just flip flop the roles. And then the people that was for it are now against it, and the people that are against it are now for it. And it's like, y'all don't have no principles. This country never had real principles. This country has never actually been honest. It's never been good. I know y'all like, oh, we're a God-fearing country. This is a God, a Christian country with Christian values who operates in devilish terms all the time. It's double-minded. Oh, praise God, but pass the ammunition. No, you're a murderer. You don't praise God and then murder somebody and then turn around and tell people like, oh, these Muslims out here, Allah Akbar. And it's like, that's your slogan, Playboy. What are you talking about? So we have issues with this double-minded stuff. And I say, because of this country, you know, your hypocrisy, just like I said, it changes with race, class, religion, gender, political party, and people like to play this game. And the crazy part about it is, and this is the problem about being double-minded that really pisses me off. Nobody remembers anything. You don't remember when you was on this side of this principle and topic, and then a month later you're on this side, and then when people bring it up, what? No, I would never. I've never said that. I've never done that, and that's part of being double-minded. America doesn't take accountability. Accountability isn't taught in America. What's taught in America is, you know, I can see what you doing wrong or what I say you doing wrong, but I can't see what I'm doing wrong. So what I need you to do is acknowledge the wrong that I see in you, and I'll never acknowledge the wrong that you see in me. This is constant. And this is why it's double-minded, because now you got people who actually think, oh, I can go off in the world and do whatever the fuck I want because this is my mindset. But at the same time, they get offended when somebody go, cut that. No, you can't. You can't bring it over here. Well, how dare you? I'm a free person in a free country. Exactly. You're a free person in a free country, and you think your freedom means you can go around other free people and fuck up their life and think they're just supposed to just let it happen. And then when they say not here, then you become, I'm a patriotic person fighting for my rights. No, 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 no. That's not what that is. You know, you have people who swear they're smart, but they have no, we're full of smart people who we have conversations, don't know history, don't know math, don't know, don't know science, just don't do hands-on things. It's like, okay, so we just, we so smart, but we don't know nothing. Interesting. I'm smarter than you because now, you see it in this double-minded. I'm American, or I'm a certain type of American, so I'm inherently all knowing, and it's like, but you inherently all knowing because you're an American, but you don't know a damn thing. And see that this becomes a problem, and I'm gonna tell you why this becomes a problem is because religion in America. God said, God told me, like, this is how we go. God told me that this person is great, and God told me that that person, this person's a winner for in this life and the next, and that person's a loser in this life and the next. God didn't tell you that shit. You just made that shit up. And then if the winner, loses, something's wrong with God. And if the loser wins, something's wrong with God. But I remember the first shall be last, the last shall be first. You know what I'm saying? The meek shall inherit the earth. No, but that's not, we're not doing that. Because it's double-minded. America loves an underdog story. Until the underdog actually becomes, you know, the champion. I like an underdog, but I want the underdog to lose to the person who's supposed to be there the whole time. It's like, what the fuck are we talking about? What are we talking about? And you have this in all of these conversations. You have this everywhere. If you're in the best neighborhoods, you get the best education, you wind up with the best, with the best people. That's not fucking working though. That's the problem. You got people who come from the best neighborhoods and the best families and the best education, and they spent the most money on these people, and that's not helping them be better. Not in a per capita sense. People coming from the worst situations, are going further than the people who are in the best situations. But we have an issue with the people, starting from the bottom and moving to the top. Like America is a double-minded nation when it comes to work ethic. If laziness pays a lot of money, you get what I'm saying? As long as you act like you're in a powerful position, you can be lazy as shit, but hardworking people is look like, oh, that job doesn't pay, or certain jobs, certain hardworking jobs pay because of the race of the people doing the job. But other hardworking jobs don't pay because of the race of the people doing the job. But somehow those are two different type of hardworking people. Interesting. And say that with the lazy people. If you're lazy and then making a lot of money, just making deals on the phone. If you're one group of people doing it, you're a genius. If you're another group of people doing it, you're a scammer. America doesn't have principles. Ironically, and if you're one group of people and you're a scammer, you're looked at as a business person, doing just a savvy business person. And if you're actually a savvy business person and you don't look like the quote unquote norm of it, then all of a sudden we got to find something on you because you can't just be doing good business. So what I'm saying is, in this country, what winds up happening is people just live and die in their hypocrisy. They live and die in their hypocrisy, and they pass down their hypocrisy. And people inherit hypocrisy. People inherit double-mindedness, and people have a fucking brain glitch when somebody says or does something that's outside of the box of their double-mindedness. Like, you can't do that because my mind won't allow it. Okay. So I gotta fit what your mind allows and won't allow. Yes, to make what? Because that's how it's supposed to be. How is it supposed to be that way? Because my mind said so. Shut the fuck up. Same thing with religion. This is a God-fearing country, it's a Christian nation, but the nation acts devilish. The government has been acting devilish since the beginning. So, praise God and pass the ammunition. So praise God, but go out and murder some people. But what are we talking about? It's been double-minded from jump, and people don't realize people are exhausted. Like, people who aren't double-minded aren't trying to be around double-minded people. But the way this nation works is double-minded people who they need confirmation bias about their insecurities and hypocrisy, so they chase out other people. So people go, you know what? That's what you think. That's how you want to live. You I'm gonna leave you be. You be over there. You live like that. You do that, and I'm gonna go this way. And the crazy part about being a free nation and people being free to do whatever they want, people can be free to go their separate ways, but for some odd reason, a lot of y'all can't let a person go their separate ways because you gotta bring your bullshit to them. You can't. People can't be free because you know you're supposed to be free to bring your bullshit, and they're supposed to be free enough to just let you do it. That's the second time I said that, but I didn't mean it in that exact way. What I'm getting at is this: once once you notice that people don't recognize that they're double minded and they're really looking for attention, you know, like when it's a race issue, people are searching out the race that they don't like. When it's a class issue, people are searching out the class they don't like. When it's a political issue, people are searching out the political party they don't like. You get what I'm saying? People are searching out, when it's a gender issue, they are searching out the gender that they don't like. And it's like, if you don't like motherfuckers so much, why don't you just stay the fuck away from them? But you can't because, aha, look, I was right. And it's like, oh, okay. Let me go tell them how right I am. Okay, let me go show them how right I am. Okay. And then when you're wrong, you fucking David Copperfield. You disappear. You David Blaine. Just a magic trick. I'm gone. I just can't. So it's like, oh, okay. I can only show up when I'm right. I run with my tail between my legs when I'm wrong, and that's because I don't have to explain myself to you. And this is the problem with this country. But it's always been a problem. That's why y'all think, the country is 30 $37 trillion in debt, and y'all actually fucking think that oh, they could just pay that off tomorrow. No, the fuck they can't. You actually think a nation could be in trillions of dollars debt and has the money to pay it off at the same time? What kind of stupid shit is that? But y'all had these dumb beliefs because it's double-minded. We're the smartest people on the world, but we're not making smart deals. That's because you're stupid. No, you don't know. There's a bigger, more in-depth, genius, stupid plan that you can't understand, but I can understand. Okay, well, you have at it with that dumb shit. But I know stupid when I see stupid. But hey, y'all tell me what you think, man. Like, share, subscribe. Catch you on the next one. Peace. You ever been at the top of the universe? I'm gonna tell you that.